Midwest are happening right now at Koppel. When you buy a new GMC or Chevrolet anywhere else, you might be paying too much. But right now, we're going to give you over $10,000 off list or 1.9% APR on select new Chevrolets or GMCs. So please give us a shot before you buy anywhere else. Please stop in the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. Must trade and finance with approved credit.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. Mm-hmm. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. It's time for The Finish Line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Start your engine!
Welcome into The Finish Line at 93.7 The Ticket. I'm your host, Bree Fansteel, joined by my co-hosts, James, Rebecca, Ben, B-E-N. Sorry, it's just going to be a thing forever now. Ben, Master of Buttons. We also have a special guest, Tony, with us from the SCCA. We'll get to him in just a moment. I do want to remind you all that are joining us, you can listen in to our radio station, 93.7, in your car. You can also watch on the Ticket app or watch on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook, and Allo Channel 961. You can call in or text in to, drumroll please, 402-464-5685 and chat on YouTube. So please, please, please be a part of our show. Text us, message us, send us any questions you got. We love to hear from you. We do want to remind you all that the show is brought to you by Stern Company and Eagle Raceway, and we are super grateful for all of their support, as well as EMI. We'll touch base with them a little bit later. I would like to get going on some race roundup because we have a lot to talk about today. I'll let James get ready here. I do have some announcements because I promised a youngster who won his second A feature in the cage beginner class that I would announce him. So Preston, if you're listening, here you go, buddy. At Blue River Raceway today, we had Cage Carlisle winner Easton LaRiviere. Limited mod was Billy Strange. Cage rookie Preston Vilda. Cage amateur was Riker Lopez Beck. We had Cage Junior 1, Aiden Brown. Cage clone Mason Corbin. Flat Predator was Gary Ashcraft. Flat Junior Predator Easton again. Good job, bud. Flat adult clone Curtis Timmons. Cage 206 Grayson Layton. Blue Wazoo Mason Corbin. And goodness gracious, Easton took home a third A feature win in the same day in the Cage Junior 2. So good job to all those kiddos out there. Kart racing, we love it. Keep it up and keep tuning in.
3 feature wins in the same night. That's like a junior Cole Wayman right there.
Oh, I think he'll give Cole a run for his money.
Oh, you hear that, Cole? I know he listens. Maybe not the same day, but shots are fired. You better be on the lookout here in 5, 6, 10 years. Let's see, rolling into the week of racing, Mother Nature wins. Nothing! Yay! Absolutely nothing!
Woo-hoo! Yay! Except we probably need the rain, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely use a little bit of rain, but as long as they keep it on like Monday and Tuesdays, I'm good with it. But other than that, that rain stuff's for the birds. Rolling into the week of racing around the area, US 30 on Thursday. Also, a note, if you're looking for something to listen to, you can get on the My Race Pass app. They're racing at the US 30 Speedway tonight. Titan Clash late models, hobby stocks, and Midwest Classic stock cars, I believe. But on Thursday, Ryan Jenkins picked up the win in the modifieds. Stock cars went to Jacob Anson. Sport mods was Joe Reitz. Colin Hine picked up the win in the hobby stocks, and Christopher Nicolite in the Crown Vics. They also had the Gatra cars down there. Those are like 30s and 40s
Those
coupes.
Things are cool.
What's a Gatra car? Sorry, educate.
So
Gatra is the Good Old Time Racing Association.
Oh, okay.
They're like old coupes from the 30s and 40s, and they stay pretty true to the era. You're not going to find a lot of modern technology aside from safety features and roll cages. They're pretty flat awesome. Honestly, if I was going to go buy something and it wasn't a Crown Vic, that's probably what I would buy because they get to travel around a little bit. They don't race as often as some of the, sport mods and stock cars, sprint cars, things like that. So it'd be a fun way to keep a car in the garage, go out and have fun when you can.
And they're not as like demo derby-ish. That's what I'm going to go with. That's my explanation of that.
They definitely do preach a lot of clean racing.
And
you aren't going to see a ton of bumping and banging in those.
Very respectful.
Because they're protecting their
Good
car.
old time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they have a good old time.
Old time racing. I like it. Is there any moonshine going on there too?
I don't know if there's any moonshine going on the racetrack, but after the races, I wouldn't be too surprised.
100%.
That's what I always think of when you tell me old time racing and stock cars.
The old
whatever.
outlaws.
Yeah.
and-
Yes, exactly. I'm like,
I think
there's a jug of moonshine.
Yeah, and I think just seeing them or watching them at the races, even as a racer myself, like I'm sitting there in my suit, all keyed up because we've been working all week on the car, and it's like those were the OGs. Those are the people who kind of like paved the way for us.
That's right.
So it's a good little reminder for drivers as well as I think fans. Just they kind of set the example. They're one of the first ones out on the track too, and it's like these guys are out here just having fun. Like that's what it should be about.
Absolutely. Yep.
So
I like seeing 'em.
let's not go away from US 30 right away. Bree, you went down there Thursday night. Actually, I think I didn't see it Thursday because I wasn't there, but I listened on MRP. But I saw you Friday as a fan and Saturday at Eagle. Do you want to get us through your week of racing? It sounds like it started off pretty good.
Oh, it started off fantastic.
Super fantastic, like Denny Burgon Sr.
I love that guy. I
Me
met him at
too.
I-80. He's super nice. Anyways, so Thursday was pretty good. I was so the heat race, finished third, didn't do my best. I made some errors myself as a driver, and I was like, okay, well, that's not going to work. Can't keep racing like that. But the heat race isn't what takes you home and you win. So went out in the feature, the A feature, and I got to the lead. I had a good starting spot. I started outside pole, so it wasn't like woohoo, whatever, but got to the lead. Led all but the last 3 laps. And it's one of those things that I'm never going to forget. Never going to forget, because I was like, dang, we're almost there. He put, oh goodness, why can't I think?
Bobby Lincoln?
Yeah, they were saying 3 laps to go. I was like, sweet, we're going to make it. And then Joe Reitz, who we just announced, he came underneath me, and I was like, oh boy, I know this guy. He's a fast mama jamma. So I knew I was in some trouble. And there was 2 ways I could have looked at it. I could have held on to what I thought that I deserved, which you see people doing it, and I've been guilty of doing it before. Or let him win this time and see if there's something I can do to make my line and my car faster and just try better next time. So I ended up second, but still second. That was the best I've done in this car before. So
Yay.
very excited for that. Changed some things going into Eagle on Saturday, and I felt kind of like I was how do I want to say this?
A pinball wizard?
A pinball wizard. Yeah, that's what we felt like. There was a lot of crazy driving. You'd think that it was $1 million to win out in that heat race, which for those of you who don't know, heat is just qualifying for your A feature. And there was only 28 cars that night. So it's like there was 1 B feature. It wasn't the end of the world, but it is what it is. Stuff happens. At the end of the day, I'm just going to run my race. So we bent a lot of stuff up, and it was pretty unfortunate. Tore through some tires too, which again, unfortunate, but that is the name of the game.
It's
like
racing.
It's racing. It's what we signed up for. So at the end of the day, I can't complain. I still have a car. I'm still safe. I'm still going to go back out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'm going to run my race again.
Well, especially after last week, right? You'd like taken a real beating last week.
Yeah.
Everything was not working.
I was just happy that
So that's pretty
Thursday
good.
worked at
Yeah.
this point. Yeah.
You're out there. It's rolling forward. Hey,
100%.
it's a win.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, good job. Good
Thank
job,
you.
team.
So you mentioned 28 cars in the sport mods at Eagle, and
Oh, you're going to bring it up?
I'd kind of been wanting to bite my tongue a little bit on this because I know that it can be a little controversial, maybe even a little bit offensive to some folks. But last night at Eagle Raceway, we had 125 cars across 5 classes. We started the night 20 minutes later than normal, 20 minutes later than planned. For those that go to Eagle on a regular basis, that doesn't happen. Roger
That's
didn't like the
super
track.
rare.
So he went out and reworked it before he let anybody on it for hot laps. We were done by 10 o'clock.
Wow.
The track down the road over there, I'm just going to say it, Knoxville Raceway. I have fun every time that I go there. Don't think that I'm
They have
dogging
some
on them
good
too
racing.
hard, but man, I would really like to see them run their shows through a little bit quicker. 108 cars last night, the largest car count they've seen all year long. And I think I was able to catch all the Bs and the features after the races. So let's speed it up just a little bit, guys.
Roger's got his act together, right?
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's the thing about Eagle Raceway.
Yeah, they're in, they're out. It's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
They've got it. And that's the other thing that's nice to see. Like, even Blue River, it's a go-kart track, but they did it a few weeks back. They weren't happy with the track. So, you know, we had a little bit of a delay. So that way we could have the track right.
Right.
And it better than it was before. So for the people who think, you know, promote, because there's the stereotypes of, and you've probably experienced this as well. There's the stereotypes of, oh, you're just doing, you're running your show for you or the money. That's not what it is. Like, the people
You
who
guys are getting paid?
but yeah, right. It's like the people who are putting their names out there to prep these tracks or to promote these shows are doing it because they like to do it.
Yep.
And they're doing it for all of us. So it's nice to see it. So when there was a little delay, I was almost kind of relieved. I was like, dang, they saw something in the track that I didn't see and they're looking out for me.
Yeah, and that's nice. They take time to fix the track. It's also
Yeah.
nice to keep it going, right? Because if you're a racer, you want to keep
Yeah.
things rolling, and just as a fan, you're there for the action. so if
Everything
it's a long time
rolling
between heats or features
except
or
your
whatever.
car.
Yeah, exactly. So, and not every track has James, you know, to entertain you between, you know, heats and come up with games and dress up as who knows
Or
what.
get hit with water balloons,
Or hit
pelted with
yes,
water balloons.
Yes. So, you know,
5
not
on
every
5.
track has
I
a
may
James
not be able to
rolling.
have kids.
Oh boy. What else do we have, James, for race
Actually,
roundup?
I want to send some praise down south. Speaking about running your show in a timely manner, went down to Beatrice Speedway on Friday night for the Gage County Fair races. Pretty good field of cars across all 6 divisions. We were done by 10:30. That's something Tommy Denton has really been trying hard all season on. We had some pretty good racing. Fortunately, we were lacking in the red flag department, which I think is always a good thing. The fewer red flags, the better. But we were done by 10:30, and Beatrice also takes time to interview their feature winners in between the main events.
I love that.
Jordan Grabowski picked up his 300th IMCA modified win
Wow.
at Beatrice Speedway on Friday night. And there's still more history in the making that came from Friday night. Sport Mods went to Tyler Nairud in the 5T. He was absolutely flat flying dominant. Jordan Grabowski also picked up the win in the stock car. I was actually down visiting with my sister, who was at the fair. Get this. My sister's husband had never been to the races before, and they went to go ride rides at the county fair instead of going to the races. I was distraught. Well, we'll get into that because they did make their debut at Eagle Raceway on Saturday. Nick Ronnebaum picked up the win in the hobby stocks. Compacts went to Kaylee Richards, your current IMCA national points leader, and your Race Saver Sprint Car feature winner was actually not a lot of people know that this guy is from Beatrice, and he has wanted to win down there forever and a day. Adam Gullion got the job done on Friday night, so congratulations to him. And for the first time in 53 years, we crowned a sprint car champion at Beatrice Speedway. Congratulations to Superman Stu Snyder for picking that one up. The previous sprint car champion, clear back in 1971, was Lloyd Beckman.
Wow, way to go, Stu. He's been on the show last year.
Yeah.
We haven't had him this year, but he's been here before. So way to go, Stu. Hope you're listening.
Second track championship he's actually picked up at Beatrice. He picked up the Malvern Bank 360 title down there last year, as that was the last stop on their tour. Moving on to Saturday night over at Junction Motor Speedway, Kaylee Richards picked up the win in the compacts again. Crown Vics went to Kyler Rajewski, Hobby Stocks to Jordan Troutman. That guy has just been flat dominant down there all year long. Brandon Leonard was your sport mod winner, Tyler Baribeau in the stock cars, and the late model win went to Alex Humphrey. And then rolling over to Eagle Raceway, I was there, you were there, everybody was there. A good time was had by all.
Everybody with
those of us
water
that got
balloons were
soaked.
there. James, what happened? Why do we keep hinting at water balloons?
Well, a couple years, and this is another one of those things where I should have just kept my big fat mouth shut.
But you didn't. What happened?
Was Tim Barand hangs around Eagle Raceway a lot, and he shared a video with me of a racetrack somewhere down south doing a water balloon toss where they exclusively threw them at their flagman. So, of course, I shared that video with Racine, and then within a couple of weeks, it was all planned out that we were going to have an all officials water balloon toss. So It's became an annual thing at Eagle. We sell water balloons for $1 a piece, and all those proceeds go to the Race Saver Nationals non-qualifier funds. So if you don't make the 27-car starting lineup for Sunday night's big dance at the Race Saver Nationals, coming up this Labor Day weekend, get your 4-day passes at eagleraceway.com. And you buy them all.
Here.
Yeah, I try. You buy as many water balloons as you want. Cole Vanderheiden's dad was upset that I picked Cole Wayman over Cole Vanderheiden in the fantasy lineups on Friday night. So he thought he would get me back in more ways than one. So he sent up 60 Coltrane train whistles to go to the first 60 people who purchased water balloons. So it's safe to say I was kind of public enemy number one. Fortunately, I'm faster than most officials, so I knew how to get around. I also busted out my Amazon bullhorn and did a lot of trash talking throughout the evening, riding through on my four-wheeler. Eagle, everybody says that they have the best fans, but Eagle has a line at the VIP gate where they can't get in until 4:45. That line starts up about 3:15, and it's just a lot of good people sitting there talking and yakking. I always enjoy talking to them on Saturdays, but Saturday I rolled up, megaphone in hand, like, hey, y'all, thank you so much for being here. You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a smart car.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
I would
my.
have hate you too. Well, if you guys want, I may or may not have a video. I had some of my crew sneak down while this was going
Oh,
on.
boy.
So
Thanks,
I have
Katie.
video. Thank you, Katie. I have video of James getting absolutely slaughtered with water balloons, and I can get it posted to the Tickets Facebook page story. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Let's
getting
do it.
confirmation.
Let's do
It's
it.
happening. I'll do it over break, which we'll get to first. But we have someone awesome here, Tony Matera, sitting to my right, and I know he's got a lot to talk about. But first, Tony, who are you?
That's a good question. You know, sometimes
you.
I ask myself that. But no, I mean,
That was deep.
I know, very
Yeah.
introspective. But no, Tony Matera. I'm currently the regional executive of the Nebraska Region SCCA, which still feels new to me since I just picked that up, at the beginning of the
Mhm.
year. But really, it just means I really like driving cars. I really like going fast around cones.
Okay. Yeah.
And having a blast in an airport with a couple hundred of my best friends.
I like that. See, the promoters, the track officials, they do it because they love it. So Tony, what attracted you to the position? Because it's not a small taking.
Just a glutton for punishment.
I think that's probably the best answer, honestly. I mean, I never really planned to get involved like I did.
Mhm.
I just kind
Me
of
neither,
fell
buddy.
into it.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
I started off, when I first started autocrossing, I became the novice coordinator and just kind of
Mhm.
helping people that didn't know what autocross was and wanted to do it into it. And then just from there, I was like, oh, well, I can help out with this. I can help out with this. Sure, I'll be on the board. Oh, we need an RE
Oop,
and
just kept
oops.
kind of sliding around and moving up, and then all of a sudden you're sitting here on a radio show talking about the SCCA.
Right.
I love it. So we had Chris Harrison. I'm not sure. Yes, head
Friend of
nods.
mine.
Okay. Yep. Chris Harrison on the show earlier this season. And he was talking about how there's different positions, obviously, to make it run, but it kind of sounded like it's the drivers who take on those roles a lot of the times. So I guess what you mentioned a little bit your different roles as like a novice coordinator. What is that? What did you do? What were your responsibilities? And then how did you balance that? Well, I'm guessing you still probably laid down some lap times.
Every now and again. I mean, that's the thing is, everyone that's there, I mean, they're there to also throw a car around, usually in
Yeah.
some level of anger. But yeah,
We love
everyone,
that.
absolutely. But everyone there, they also have a work assignment of some
Mhm.
regard because, we don't have paid, flaggers, course workers, things like that. But really, with the novice coordinator part, I remembered when I showed up for my first event, and granted, to be fair, everyone on site is super nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if it's the case with, motorsport in general, and I didn't know what to expect
Mm-hmm.
on that first day, but everyone's super welcoming. But still, I remembered not really knowing what the hell I was doing. And,
Yeah.
I was kind of like bouncing around like a ping pong ball trying to ask questions. And, then
Been
I was like,
there.
well, wait, wouldn't it be great if there was just this one person that could kind of help shepherd these people?
So
you know?
you started that position then.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. If only there was someone there for me. Sometimes I get sad and lonely, but that's a story for another day. I really like that. So how long have you been involved in this style of racing? Because we're dirt track people, me and James. We sling dirt, so we dodge cones sometimes. Sorry, Roger, I know I missed one time. But how long have you been in it, and what keeps you going back every single time?
Let's take just a quick pause on that. I think we
Okay.
got to pay just a few bills, so stay tuned. You're listening to The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Hey, Nebraska football fans, it's defensive lineman Ty Robinson, and I've got a winning play for you with Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical. Team up with Action and install a new Bradford white water heater in your home. And if we win the conference championship this season, you'll get a full refund. Don't fumble this opportunity. Sack your old water heater this season and score big with Action. Visit actionlincoln.com/Huskers to learn more.
Promotion valid for a limited time. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Liberty Law Group is committed to the defense of liberty for those accused and the pursuit of justice for those injured. Liberty Law Group's relentless trial attorneys specialize in criminal defense and personal injury law. Navigating the legal system can be stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. We believe in treating every client with respect, compassion, and understanding. When you're in need of legal assistance, trust Liberty Law Group to fight for you. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $25.60 per hour, which grows to $30.12 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $34.51 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacations for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play it against sports at 48th and Vine.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage. They hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250-plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through July 28th, enjoy USDA Choice 8-ounce New York strips for $7.99 each. All natural thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $1.99 per pound. Fairway's fresh ground pork sausage for $2.99 per pound. And Michelob Ultra 24-packs for just $16.99. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Old School with DP and J.
There's California money, and it's a different kind of money. Hollywood money just is spent differently because it's turned over and created so in full. And oh, by the way, it's the right kind of money when it comes to, because we're in the era now of name, image, and likeness. And the California schools have that better than everybody else.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to the final word on Back to the Finish Line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to your Sunday show in the dirt, race fans. This is The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. You can find us on all your favorite streaming services like Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. We're all there. James Rowland back with Bree Fansteel, Tony, and Rebecca, and of course, Ben, the master of buttons. And we're going to dive back in. Bree, you had asked a great question, but unfortunately, we just had to keep them bills paid. So I'll send this back over to you and Tony.
And you know what? I actually got sidetracked. I know. Shocking, right? But Tony and I, we were talking. Rebecca came in with an awesome certificate that we have from Eagle Raceway to get into the 2-seater ride. And we're going to give that to Tony because he dodges cones. We dodge tires. We kind of want to switch it up a little bit. So Tony, we're going to give you this certificate. But what this is it's the chance to be the closest in the entire establishment to the race. So the 2-seater is basically a sport modified. So kind of like what I run, is what I run. And they've got 2 seats in there. So they have a hired driver and then they allow a fan to come out. You have to be over 17 years of age. 18. Sorry. I don't know why I said 17. You can vote at 17. 18 years of age or older to do that. But we're going to give that away. However, there is a chance for our listeners to win that as well if you tune in live next week at 7 p.m. to the Finish Line. We will give one of those away to you guys. So make sure you put that on your calendar right now if you want a free 2-seater ride on Eagle Raceway's track. It should be a super fun time. So be on the lookout for that.
So, and maybe Tony can share with us what it's like if he gets out there this year. Hopefully he gets out here this year and he can post a couple pictures and tell us what it was like. But I think you also wanted to know about how Tony's racing career is going and what's coming up with SCCA and a few things like that, right?
Yeah. How's racing going for you? What kind of got you into it?
So really, it was a coworker of mine at the time. We were at another coworker's going away party, and he was like, "Well, I can't do too much drinking. I got this nationals thing to do." And I was like, "Well, what's nationals?" And it turns out, it's Autocross Nationals happens over Memorial Day weekend in September. And then by participant count, it's actually the largest motorsport event in the country. There's like 1,350 competitors
right
over
here
that entire week. Right
That's
here.
got nothing
Lincoln
on
Airfield.
Sprint Nationals. Holy
Yeah,
moly.
it happens on the same Labor Day weekend too,
Yeah.
it sounds like.
Yeah,
So-
it's Spring Nationals.
Over 1,300 people. So you're just like, hey, let me go out and watch you, or hey, let me go out and get in your car.
So it was a little of both.
Okay, love that.
At the time, I didn't think anything too much of it because I was like, okay, well, that sounds a little crazy. But then, the next local event, I showed up with my 2008 Mazda 6, automatic transmission, flashiest car you could possibly get.
Oh, yeah.
And then just, that was what, got its hooks in me deep.
Really? I like that. Okay, well, Rebecca brought up a good point about events, and I know we had we've kind of got an email chain going, but what's coming up other than the Nationals? What's going on with the SCCA? How can our listeners follow along? How can they maybe go watch an event or support an event?
Absolutely. So we got our next event that happens here at the airfield is this coming weekend, and it's our mid-div competition. So it's kind of a regional event. It's also kind of a larger local, but it draws people from a variety of neighboring regions, and it's basically a kind of a traveling, roughly like a tournament that draws people that traveled all the different regions, and they have their own mid-div event. But then beyond that, we have another local event on August 17th and 18th, and then that's the final one before that, nationals competition that takes place over in late August, early September. So we got those events, and then as part of the SCCA, I mean, Autocross, is certainly one of our biggest programs, at least in our region. But we also have rallycross events that take place. We have about 8 to 10 of those across the season.
How do I ride along with that?
Well, before we get to that, James, what's the difference between rally and autocross? Because your girl's lost right now. I don't know what those are.
So if you think of autocross as, put down a bunch of cones and you're getting around it as fast as you can, and then it's your fastest run counts. So rallycross, all of your times are cumulative. So, if you botch a run, technically you're not going to get that time back, but, you're still, it's the total of all of them. And there's different rules for the cones. Like in autocross, if you hit one, it's +2. In rallycross, there's a different rule set. But it's kind of the same thing on dirt. The course is different every time. So it's all about driver control and car control and getting through that as quickly as possible, and just playing in the dirt as opposed to on the concrete.
And James, I'm so sorry. I was just very lost there. I really needed that one answered. How do we get James into the car?
It sounds like we talked a little bit before the show, but it sounds like I might just need to go hang out with Tony and bring a helmet.
That's pretty much it. I mean, you bring a helmet. It's like I think Snell 2010
2020
later.
Yeah.
I know Chris said 2020.
Okay. I just bought mine, SA 2020. So.
Technically, Chris was wrong. This is
Oh,
one of the few
really?
times
Chris,
where-
you're wrong.
So this is me
Whoa.
throwing a little shade.
Okay.
Hey Chris,
I'm gonna
watched-
send him this.
Yeah, he's probably watching. But no, it's the past 3 ratings. So 2010 is fine. But yeah, you basically
really?
show
Okay.
up with a helmet and just be like, hey, I'm new to this. If it's rallycross, autocross, can I ride along with you? And we're kind of talking about this before the show where as we get closer to nationals, it's a little less likely because there are some people that are really competitive, but you're going to find somebody. And especially any other time of the year, people just fling the passenger door open, tell you, here, hop in, have fun.
Is there a novice category this weekend or the next weekend?
Not this weekend since it's the mid-div format, but pretty much every other local on our
Okay.
Sunday events. We do have a novice class that's just like, it's not a competitive class, but there's
Right.
also no classing rules. It's
Right.
just show up.
Just show up
have
and
fun.
learn, basically, because that's how I learned. I started in autocross, and if you're a road course racer, lots of times you start in autocross because you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly.
You get used to car handling. You're competing with yourself. It's very easy. You can go in your street car without too much trouble, as long as you don't hit a lamp pole or
Has that happened
something
before,
that doesn't
Rebecca?
move. Not with me, but I've
Okay.
seen other people do it. Yeah, but you can beat up your car with cones and other things like that. But it's fairly low key if you want to go with a street car and just get familiar with doing that. So when I go, if either one of you want to go with me, that's fine. I haven't autocrossed in 20 years, but still, you could ride with me. It would be
So
fine.
you're going to go out. Your next local is the 17th and 18th out at the Lincoln Airfield, right?
That's right.
August. Okay. So I got to shoot for that. I got to remember if I'm in town. I think I'm in town, but I think something's going on. But anyway, we could do that if we wanted to go out there. I bought my helmet finally. So I have a helmet.
So how do we get me and James in a car together?
You just drive my car.
One of you to sign up.
You guys hear that? Rebecca said we could drive our car. James, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Why
Oh,
not?
yeah.
I mean, I'll drive anybody's car.
My day's
That's the spirit.
My day's made. I'm done with the show now. I'm gonna go home. That's all I wanted. No, I'm kidding.
But you get to drive after I've driven. So I can give you a couple of
Okay.
tips at least.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Couple of tips.
I probably need them.
All right, that's going to work out perfect. So Bree can ride along with you and get the tips. Then I'll ride
There
along
you
with
go.
Bree and be completely non-clued in. We'll mount a GoPro on the dash, and it'll
Let's
be
do
like
it.
it'll be like Daryl Waltrip riding with Tony Stewart at
Yeah.
Eldora in a late model.
Ooh, so what's
Not exactly, but yeah.
I've seen Tony, I've seen Chris do this before, and I think he said he was warming up the tires like right before the run. He like gasses it, and then it's not a sideways thing, or maybe it's the brakes. He's bedding in the brake pads or something, and he's like slamming on the
Slamming them
brakes
on.
every time.
Mhm.
Is that like a normal thing that everybody does?
Not necessarily everybody.
Okay.
And also Chris, he does Chris things. And he's usually smart about it. He does things that are,
Yeah.
he's competitive.
Good
Oh,
save
yeah,
there, Tony.
100%.
Yeah. No, I'm just imagining
good
him
to
listening
test
right now,
out.
just shaking his fist.
Oh yeah. Well, I just thought of it. I was like, what should I do to James if I drive this thing and if we keep you on the outside, I'm going to make sure that you're puckering up and you're holding on for dear life. At least that's
So-
what I say. I'll probably go like 10 miles an hour.
Well, if you're going to do that, then I'll take over, and you'll definitely be on the pucker factor.
Oh, I want you to drive too. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
So we can test my car. So I have a Mazda 3, Tony. And I
Mazda
bought
gang.
it purpose built. I bought it just for this. So when I bought the car, I bought it in Texas. They took me out for a test drive and they said, you don't have to do anything to this car. Go 60, take your hands off the wheel and slam on the brakes. And I was like,
What?
No. They said, no, seriously, do it. And so we were in a parking lot and I did. I was flying, no hands on the wheel, hit the brakes. Man, that thing was straight as an arrow, stopped.
I would
No
have.
move. Nothing. Brilliant. So I can't wait to get the car on the track. It should be a really good street car, but it's really built for this kind of thing. So
So you're going to have some fun.
oh yeah, definitely. It's a nice handling car.
So
Yeah.
when can we do? We got to make this a whole thing.
We could maybe
Another
we'll get the
Facebook
GoPro in,
takeover.
and maybe our final show we can share some video.
Yeah.
Master of Buttons can figure out how we can share our GoPro from the car of our first foray into autocross here in
Oh, that'd be
Lincoln.
super
So
fun.
and with our novice coordinator or pre-novice coordinator to give us some tips there.
Absolutely.
Because it has been 2 decades probably since I've been in a car.
Can we do this with a Dodge Neon?
Yeah, oh, it's a great car.
Wouldn't be the first time.
No, that's a great car.
All right.
You got one? I didn't know they still
Uh,
existed.
My grandma's neighbor decided that she was through with driving, so she sold her car to my folks. So my dad has something to kind of tinker on, and
Sweet.
I'm looking for something to maybe tinker on. And
There you go.
racing is kind of an addictive thing. Like the first time I ever sat in one and fired one, like 3 weeks later, of course, I had to buy one. So I've been down this road a time or two. So
Okay. All right. So Tony, what class are you in? What do you drive? What's your times? All that kind of stuff.
So what I'm in right now, it's the K-Mod class or kart modified.
Okay.
And so, and James and I, we were talking a little bit about this.
Mhm.
before
You're
the
gonna have
show.
to tell people what a shifter cart is. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You're in a shifter cart?
yeah.
yeah, he's got one of those too.
Yeah. I'm not
I
all
love
here.
those.
You know,
No,
there's-
I love those. I want one.
but
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Keep going.
basically, so it's kart modified. So yeah, it is a shifter cart, and so me and a buddy of mine, Joe, we got into it about 3-4 years ago at this point, and we wanted something fun to do that seemed different than what we were in, and so yeah, it's shifter cart. And
Do you do that at Hastings?
I think they do allow it.
I think they do. I was just there.
Yeah.
thought
I
I
feel
saw
like
something about
he gave me
that.
the rundown of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's what I was thinking.
We should go do that too.
All right. So explain a little more what a shifter cart is.
Yeah, so it's nearest thing that most people think of when they think of carts is like Joe's Karting over in Council Bluffs,
Uh-huh.
but those top out about 30 or something,
Yeah.
and
They restricted them more, I think, a couple years back.
yeah. Whereas this, I mean, depending on how we gear it, anywhere between technically 74 to 100 and something out there.
Man.
But 0 to 60, with perfect conditions, about 3 seconds. I'm told it'll pull 3 Gs in a corner.
No.
We don't have any of that, and again,
That
probably
sounds so
perfect.
fun.
Now you got to go to
you know.
Hastings for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
that's
mhm.
more of a higher speed thing.
Mhm.
We probably don't see those kind of forces, in Lincoln with the courses that we have set up. But yeah, it's a whole ball of fun. I mean, if we drive it well, it's the fastest raw time vehicle there. Teslas, whatever, it
Crazy.
doesn't matter. but it's, no suspension. You just kind of grab on,
Yeah.
give it the gas, and
So
pray.
is it like a paddle shifter? Are you shifting, like downshifting to get into the corner? Or is it just like you shift to get to where you need to, and then you're just in your drive gear
Your
the whole
shift,
time?
it's dozens of shifts every run. Like, even, I think the average course is about a mile and a half. And in that time, you're shifting dozens of times. It's a 6-speed, revs up to about 15K, and you're in 4th or 5th gear within the first few seconds. And then you're downshifting at least once or twice before every kind of turn or element, really.
That sounds so fun. I have more questions for you because I've always wanted to get into a shifter cart, but we are going to take a break. If you have any questions, now is the best time to start commenting on our video on YouTube or Facebook right now. Send us your questions, any questions you have for Tony. We will be right back. You are listening to 93.7 The Ticket. This is The Finish Line.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Do you have a new address or phone number? Update your info with Powerline, LES's outage reporting system. Visit les.com/powerline or call 402-475-4211 to sign up.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Everyone should have a collection of something. For some, it's stamps or coins, expensive cars, or even watches. But for a lot of people, it's sports cards. And there's no better way to grow your collection than with the help of Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's first and only collector-first sports cards and memorabilia shop. Capital City Sports Cards connects collectors of all ages and demographics with unique collectibles sure to bring any collection to life, no matter the budget. Visit Capital City Sports Cards near 56th and Old Cheney or through their eBay storefront. Capital City Sports Cards, Lincoln's premier sports card and memorabilia store.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in July. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all Karma Latte sales go to the Pediatric Cancer Action Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, they're united in quality integrity, and professionalism to create excellence in construction. Learn more today at stevensondsmith.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $25.60 per hour, which grows to $30.12 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $34.51 per hour with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates with increased bonuses and vacations for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer. Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Play ball! Summertime is here, and so is another action-packed baseball season with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Bring your whole crew to Haymarket Park to experience the magic under the lights and the thrill of the game. Enjoy daily specials like Wiener Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, and Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts. Don't miss out on the excitement.
Strike three, you're out.
Visit saltdogs.com to see this week's promotions and secure your tickets to unleash the fun.
Back to the finish line with Bree Fansteel and James Rowland on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket. My name's Bree. I've got James here, Tony with me, Rebecca, and Ben, B-E-N. Sorry, it just rolls off the tongue now. I do want to give a quick shout out to some other great show sponsors that we have. Mike Boston, thank you so much, with Eagle Motorsports. He sponsors the show. Eagle builds chassis, and you may know Mike Boston as a veteran sprint car driver of the number 51 right here at Eagle Raceway. But also he was on the show a few weeks ago, and he gave us some insight to his business. Nice thing is we do have our shows recorded on all your major podcast platforms, as well as if you go through our Facebook, you can find them, or on my racing page, Brianna Fansteel Racing, you can find them in the videos as well. So make sure that you check those out. If you haven't yet, we also have the Stern Company. Stern understands your business needs to run like a well-oiled machine, and it's important that your actual machines do too. We did have Caitlin Stern on a handful of weeks ago as well. Stern is here to make sure that you don't have to worry about the bad stuff. You don't need to worry about whether or not you're getting oil to places oil needs to be, all of that. So make sure you go check them out as well. They will get you taken care of. They are the problem solvers in the oil industry. So check them out. I did just think of something real quick. I do have a giveaway going on my Facebook page, Brianna Fansteel Racing, Fansteel spelled with a PF. Give it your best shot on that one. Thanks for the German name, Dad, but I do have a giveaway of about 8 different prizes. I think 9. I'm going to put some ticket merch in there as well. If you go like the post, share the post. So make sure you check that out. But I do want to get to you guys' comments. We've had comments over the break. So Ben, what do we got over in the comment section?
Yeah, Dustin on the Facebook stream said you guys need to get Jordan Gabrowski on.
Already sent the text.
Perfect. We could do that. We could talk about the 300th win, or just how he absolutely dominates all the time. So we'll have to do that. Thank you, Dustin.
And then David had a couple comments saying, Bree, we're out of a cart before the show's even over.
I'm already in the I'm trying to figure out where I can find myself a shifter cart. So you're not wrong.
And then he also said, I'm surprised Bree didn't hijack a late model at the Lucas race a couple weeks ago.
I tried. I really did. I was getting real close to them. I was just kind of lurking around.
You should have just climbed in and,
I feel like we wouldn't have had any interviews. I may have been escorted out by security, but it was tempting. It was very, as soon as they fired, I would expect nothing less. But as soon as they fired up the cars, I was like inching closer and closer, like, oh, I'm just taking a video. And I just wanted to jump through like the window, I call it. But yeah, it was very tempting to not do that.
And then David's last comment was, if she's anything like me, being a passenger in a car won't end well. I got to have control.
I think I could do it for one time and one time only. And then I want that steering wheel.
This is how all four of us, well, I don't know about you, James, but the three of us ended up with being behind the wheel because we all got in a passenger seat and then decided we like to be behind the wheel. And you've had the same experience, James, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't been in the passenger seat of a lot of race cars. I did kind of have to jump into that all on my own, but I've, wait until you're 30 to get your driver's license. You're a passenger prince a lot of your life.
I thought you were going to say princess. You can be a passenger princess.
I cannot.
Okay, I'm kidding.
I'm not
kidding,
equipped.
I'm kidding.
Then Doug Fansteel on the Facebook stream.
Dougie!
He said, Bree and James in the two-seater with Bree driving and James reporting in real time.
How about we flip that around?
And then he said, ooh, then let James drive and Bree ride.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. Are we going to have a bail button for if I say some words I shouldn't be saying when James drives?
We have a dump button.
Ejectocito,
Ejectocito.
The last comment was Doug saying he also loves the stash, James.
Thank you. I hate it.
For those of you who don't know,
he has
James,
the handlebar.
Yeah, he's got a handlebar
You gotta look at
mustache
the
right
video.
now.
Look at the video. And
oh my gosh.
Are you
What are you
explaining
gonna do when
why?
Rollermania comes to you?
Okay.
Are we explaining why we have the stash?
Yeah.
So we have some goals. For those of you that go out to Eagle on the weekends, you know that Dan Taylor and I really fight hard to raise money for the Alzheimer's Association, and I try to contribute as much as I can to Dan's walk every year. So this whole mullet that's going on right now, I wasn't just trying to copy Doug. This was actually started at the beginning of the year with a purpose. We need to reach $1,000. Now, I'm going to be gone this next weekend on vacation, so I need the folks at Eagle Raceway to try and raise $1,000. Originally, the $1,000 mark was going to be get rid of this. It's the longest my hair's been. It's hot. I don't like it. But Bree,
it needs a perm.
Yeah, so race fans, if we can raise $1,000 for Dan Taylor's Alzheimer walk, I'll get my hair permed at intermission at Eagle.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make him look like my poodle. I have a poodle named Nelly, and that's what I want to see. I want curly locks on James Rowland's head.
$1,000. There's your goal. The gauntlet's been thrown down, race fans. Help out. I'll even kick in the first. I got an extra 20 floating around in my pocket, so I'll kick the first 20 towards it.
Simple as that, and it's for a good cause. I like it. And we get to see you with a perm and handlebar mustache. We might have to put a contract on this one. Before we end the show, Tony, do you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone?
Really just, shout out to my co-driver, Joe, to all the amazing people at the SCCA and with the Nebraska region, and then my awesome spouse, Ree, who lets me have fun on the weekends.
Thank you, Ree. We love it. Was there a sponsor, quote unquote, that you wanted to give a thank you to that we were talking about over break?
So our official sponsor is Joe's Empty Wallet.
I like that.
Great sponsor.
Joe's Empty Wallet. Well, thank you, Joe's Empty Wallet. And thank you, SCCA, for having an awesome person calling shots, running, working for you. We appreciate it. We're definitely going to get our toes. James and I are going to get over to more asphalt racing.
We're getting you out there.
So.
And we're going to go to Hastings, and we're going to have Jeff Lacina on in the next few weeks to come talk to us about all things awesome. I was at the Hastings racetrack yesterday, just watching the motorcycle racing. Great track, highly technical, very accommodating, superb clubhouse. Very, very nice. So you can have a drink after you're racing. So that's coming up. So lots of stuff for all us racers. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and maybe we can get Jordan Grabowski next week. I don't know.
Let's try.
We're certainly going to try.
We listen to our listeners. Thank you for chatting in. Thanks for being a part of the show. Let us know what else you want to see in here. Thanks to Tony Matera. Last word?
Last word is get James a perm.
This has been The Finish Line on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Have a great week, race fans.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide